Hello team, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about the Guards Parachute Platoon and how you could find yourself working with free para even though you're serving within the Foot Guards or Horse Guards. Getting into it then, so the Guards Parachute Platoon can actually date all the way back to World War II when the Parachute Regiment were formed. A lot of the Parachute Regiment volunteers were actually guardsmen, and the first commanding officer was a Guards officer as well. So just to cover a short bit of history, you had the 1st Guards Parachute Battalion after a few of the brigades broke down after World War II. And then in 1948, then obviously after the army got smaller again, it then became the Guards Independent Parachute Company, which stayed like that up until 1975, where it had various different roles and even became a pathfinder role for the Airborne Brigade, working in different vehicles such as the Scout, did many other roles, and even started to learn to do halo and free fall back in the 70s and 60s to enhance their skills in that pathfinder role. Sadly though, in 1975 they were disbanded, but wasn't too bad though, because a lot of the guardsmen, instead of going back to their guards unit, actually went on to 22 SAS passing selection and went to G Squadron, and that's where within 22 SAS now, G Squadron is known as the Guard Squadron. That's where all the guardsmen are known to go. Then fast forward, in the 80s, the the Airborne Brigade needed a bit of armoured reconnaissance, and that was seeked from the Household Cavalry Regiment, where they actually went and worked with the brigade. It was the lifeguards that went and worked with them and did a bit of work, and then the Airborne Forces were like, yeah, we could deal with this. And then in the late 90s they realised then that they needed it a bit more, and then that's when the Guards Parachute Platoon was formed and has been ever since. So that is 6th Platoon, B Company within the 3rd Parachute Platoon, or free para, and it's been there ever since the late 90s, and they've served with them wherever they've gone, especially in Iraq and Afghanistan, and any sort of other overseas or exercises or tours that free para have done. So there's some brief history. As you can see, it dates back to basically when the Parachute Regiment was first formed. They've always had that links. A lot of the Parachute Regiment first volunteers in World War II were guardsmen, and you could do it as well if you want to, but how can you do it? Okay, like I said, the Guards Parachute Platoon is 6th Platoon, B Company, free para. So it's actually a full platoon with inside B Company within free para. So if you're serving within one of the Foot Guards, so you've got your Grenadiers, the Coldstream, Scots, Irish or Welsh, or you're serving within the Household Cavalry Regiment, you can then go and do a posting and work with free para. And when you actually go across, you fully integrate and become free para. You get the free para green DZ on the right arm. You get the cap badge. The only difference is you wear the blue, red, blue behind the cap badge. You'll get the chance to get your wings as well, and other benefits which I'll talk about in a minute. So a quick disclaimer then, obviously I can't speak 100% for the Foot Guards with how it works, but I can obviously give you advice on roughly how it works, because it's going to be very similar to the Household Cavalry Regiment. I've never served with them. I have worked with them when I served within 7th RHA, actually within 16 Brigade, so I know that sort of side of it. And I've helped train people within the Household Cavalry Regiment to go on to pass P Company to then go on to Guards Para. So I know how it works, I know how you can do it. So how does it work then? So for the Foot Guards then, the way they can basically do it is because they go through ITC Catterick exactly the same as paras. Yes, it's not para depot, it is slightly different, but they don't do the P Company. So what happens is, you'll pass out of ITC Catterick, you'll go to your Guards Regiment. When you get there, you need to show a good keen interest that you want to go to Guards Para, and then they will look at selecting you to do P Company, and then as long as you pass P Company, you can then bounce to and fro, normally every 2 years, or it's at least a 2-year posting within Guards Para, back and forward. And it's a lot easier for the Foot Guards because you're an infantry battalion anyway, so you have to do all the career progression as it is. So you would go there as a guardsman, you could come back, you could then do D&Ds, get promoted to Lance Corporal, get experience like that. You can then go back, do juniors, come back, go back. You can then go there as a section commander, come back and then fight for platoon sergeant if you want to. And obviously the career progression is exactly the same because you're an infantry battalion, whether you're in the parachute regiment or whether you're in the foot guards. Household cavalry is ever so slightly different because we are a job role. We're formation recce, okay, so that's your armoured reconnaissance. But the way it can work is we are lucky enough within the RAC, and HCAV are very good at it. You can get blokes or girls away onto D&Ds. So you, instead of doing a JNCO, a PNCO, sorry, within Household Cavalry Regiment, you could do D&Ds to promote to Lance Corporal, or you could still do your JCC to promote to Lance Corporal of Horse, but then you could also go and do juniors if you wanted to, which would then give you the equivalent qualification to be a section commander within Free Para, as long as you've been there as a trooper, which is what they normally ask for. So when you arrive at the Household Cavalry Regiment then, whether that's in Knightsbridge first, doing your ceremonial duties, before you come across to Bulford, or when you get to Bulford, show a keen interest that you want to go to Guards Para and you want to attempt P Company. Get it put in your S-chart, get it put on your preferences, get it put on your objectives that you want to pass P Company and you want to attend a posting to Free Para, the Guards Parachute Platoon. So when you arrive at Household Cavalry Regiment, the CMO will see this. You'll normally have an arrival interview either with your troop leader, squadron leader or CMO, and you will put this forward to them. They will actively seek out people as well. P Company dates are always there. When that happens, you'll do a small little selection within the regiment, and then you'll go up onto actual brigade beat up, and then you go up onto P Company, and then as long as you pass, that makes you eligible to go to Guards Para. You could even attempt P Company while in Knightsbridge, carrying out ceremonial duties, so you haven't got to wait till you get to Bulford. It does get a little bit more confusing now then, so normally the way it's best off working is if you go across as a trooper, so you can get that infantry experience. As like I said, our career courses don't marry up. We need to do like signals, your gunnery, your driving, to sort of promote through the ranks, different vehicle, different role. But you can still make it work. You can go and do a 2-year posting, come back, you could spend a few years in regiment, get yourself on D&Ds, get yourself on juniors, and then if you wanted to, you could go back as a section commander as well. So it is possible. The bonuses then is you get to work with a great unit, Free Para. They're doing a lot at the minute, so they go on tour, you'll go on tour with them within that infantry role, so you're going to leave the armoured reconnaissance role behind for 2 years. If you pass P Company within the Household Cavalry Regiment or the Foot Guards, it's very unlikely that you're going to get away on your jumps course and earn your British military parachute wings, just because all the spaces obviously go to 16th Air Assault Brigade. If you go on that 2-year posting, you're guaranteed to get on your jumps because you're going to need that capability while you're serving there, and then that's going to enable you as well while you're posted there to earn para pay, which is roughly £2 grand a year, about £180 a month, which is quite a bit of money if you think about it, especially if you're a trooper or a Lance Corporal. It bumps your wages up nicely. So that's how it works. We've got our affiliation there. Currently the platoon commander is a Household Cavalry Regiment officer as well. So we do have strong ties with them, strong links. We've always had it. So there's all the opportunity you need to get there. Don't think, oh, I want to go Guards Para, but it's very unlikely that I'll be able to. I know that pretty much if you want to do it, you can do it as long as you pass P Company. You've just got to show a very keen interest. Let the regiment know. Keep fit, you know, stay on top of your discipline, your skills and drills. Actively start trying to improve, especially your basic soldiering, your infantry sort of skills. Household Cavalry Regiment's normally very good at it, but obviously it is a different role, so you need to be all over that sort of dismounted role. If you can get yourself on courses like D&Ds, juniors, or any sort of other tactics course that's going to help you with that, then that will help as well. Try and get your career courses done within the Household Cavalry Regiment first as well, if you can, so it doesn't slow you down when you go across, or even when you go across, just speak to them and say, look, I want to stay obviously ahead of my career. Am I still able to get away for a 2-week signal course if need be, a 4-week gunnery course? But if you can try and get it smashed out before, then you can. If you can get P Company done at Knightsbridge, even better, because you can pass, come across, let them know, and then you're pretty much good to go. You're already eligible. And if you pass P Company in a Household Cavalry Regiment, you also get to wear your maroon beret, whether that's in Bulford or in Knightsbridge as well. So there's a nice little perk as well. So there's just a bit of information on how you could join the Guards Parachute Platoon in Free Para. So you haven't got to go through Para Depot. You could go through Purbright or Winchester or Harrogate, come to the Household Cavalry Regiment, and then go on to serve with Free Para. Or you could go through Guards Depot, go to one of the Foot Guards, serve with them, feel like you want a bit of a change, go on and push yourself, get yourself on P Company and go and serve with Guards Para as well. Like I said, they're doing great stuff. They've got a great history. Maybe I'll do a full video on that. Really keen, supremely fit soldiers, very well disciplined and very good at what they do. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you soon.